Hi, my name is Alexandria Ng, and I'm the editor-in-chief of Sparks Magazine at the University of Florida. Today, we're here with Julia Chew before the Asian Kaleidoscope Month fashion show. Thank you to Julia Chew for taking time to speak to us before the show.
So what led you to become a fashion designer?
I've always enjoyed sewing. I've always made my own clothes. It's always been something that's been really fun for me to do. And then 8 years ago, I turned it into just being, a hobby, into being a business.
So how did you learn how to design your own clothes?
Well, both of my grandmas sewed. So like when I was a kid, they taught me how to sew. I used to sew, clothes for myself, clothes for my dolls, that sort of thing. And then I really got into designing, sketching. I would draw out different designs. I would be testing different fabrics, and I, kind of started playing with them more, in high school. Friends would ask me to make prom dresses, bridesmaids dresses, that sort of thing.
Where do you draw your inspiration from?
I do a lot of nature-inspired designs. A lot of my designs, you'll see different inspirations from birds and butterflies, moths. I do a lot of different textures. So what I like to do is I like to take a really elegant or basic silhouette, like a nice A-line gown or a mermaid gown, and then incorporate a different animal into it, whether it be butterfly fabric or bird wings or that sort of thing. So it kind of will be something that's really outrageous, something that's really big in a design, and then kind of bring it back down to something that's wearable.
Okay. Which designers are your biggest influences?
Okay, so I don't really follow that many big fashion designers, but I love costume design. I love watching, movies like Tim Burton movies or different TV shows where they have a historical fashion. I love fashion from the Victorian era, the Baroque era, that sort of thing. I get a lot of my silhouette inspiration from, period fashion. So I really I love seeing costumes on Broadway or on the runway, and then sort of imagining what that would look like in modern times.
How has your heritage shaped your work and your career?
Well, I'm Chinese, so it's always been important to me, to reflect that. I use a lot of Chinese models when I do my designs. I like to, use some Chinese or Asian inspired, hair and makeup. I mean, today, I made the dress I'm wearing today, which is, fairly modern take on, a traditional Chinese dress. I love, the mandarin colors. I love using colors, the gold, red, really bold colors. That really stands out to me. And I've always really enjoyed, putting a little bit of the element of my ethnicity in my designs.
How does the AKM fashion show differ from other fashion shows that you've been a part of?
Well, I first did this show 3 years ago, and I was super impressed. Everybody was super organized. Everybody was really welcoming. I really loved being in a fashion show that was supportive, of my ethnicity, that was, using Asian models, that, loved my design and my inspirations. Because, different shows I've done haven't had an emphasis on culture. And what I really loved is how they brought culture and fashion together. Obviously for Asian Kaleidoscope Month, they don't just do fashion. They also have, people from film, music, that sort of thing. And I really loved being part of a bigger picture.
Why is fashion important to you?
Fashion is important to me because what you wear is a representation of what's on the inside. And I love to show people, how I feel. And it's like an attitude. People can show, their confidence. They can show their inner beauty through what they wear as well. And I really love to show women that they can be beautiful, they can be confident, they can be vibrant.
Can you talk about the collection that you're showcasing at the fashion show tonight?
So basically tonight is what I'm going to call best of my designs. I do a lot of different types of designs. I've done ready to wear for boutiques. I do red carpet couture. I do the very elegant feather dresses. In the past couple of years, I've also gotten into designing bridal and wedding gowns. So tonight I'll be sharing some ready to wear, some couture, and also some bridal. So a little bit of each, and basically my favorite picks from each collection. And also I'll be unveiling a new design for my finale that no one's ever seen before.
Oh, wow.
So I'm super excited about that.
Yeah. What advice do you have for young designers who want to enter the fashion industry?
Work, work, work. Like when I wanted to get into fashion, I thought that it was going to be a lot of fun, and it is really fun. It's like every day I wake up and it's my dream job. At the same time, I pour 100% into everything. Like pretty much some days it's really hard to not be discouraged, but it's always important to like go back, like write your goals and see like, how far you've come. It's always important to look to the future, and I don't know, it's really exciting. I would love to see more Asian designers. I'd love to see, more women, go into owning businesses, going into fashion. So I think that's really important, but I guess my advice is to just never be discouraged and always dream big.
And is there anything else that we haven't touched upon that you want to talk about?
Not really. I can't think of anything else. I'm really excited to be here tonight. Like, again, 3 years ago, I had a great time at the fashion show. It was actually when the Rights Union was under construction, so we were off campus, and so I'm really excited to, come back here and see, everybody setting up, the ballroom, and it's just, everything's really exciting. I'm like super excited about the models and everything. I was just backstage and they were doing makeup, and everything looks really good.
Okay, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us, and this is Sparks Magazine.